catch that? Our most beloved ex-president shifting between handshake styles depending on the person he's greeting. That's code switching. Code switching is, according to Oxford Dictionary, the practice of alternating between two or more languages or varieties of language in conversation. More colloquially, this can encompass modifying one's style of speak, mannerisms, appearance, actions, and yes, even how one shakes hands. Though this phenomenon stretches broadly and can be seen in nearly all cultural settings, today we're going to focus on code switching through the lens of the Black experience. The ability to code switch and code switch well has become almost necessary for Black survival. Its implications stretch across the business field, academia, and even just ordinary life. The Harvard Business Review notes that research suggests that code switching often occurs in spaces where negative stereotypes of Black people run counter to what is considered appropriate behaviors and norms for a specific environment. That statement leads us to what is called linguistic relativity. Our textbook defines linguistic relativity as the idea that all dialects are equally effective as systems of communication, which is the main function of language. This points to the bias of so-called proper English. There's nothing to say that ain't is an incorrect way to express are not. The same goes for phrases like dees, dem, and dare in place of these, them, and their. Frankly, our belief that these words aren't valid forms of communication is flat out racist, classist, and exclusionary. Let's talk about how this applies to academia. According to our textbook, diglossia refers to high and low variants of the same language, for example, in German and Dutch. People employ a high variant at university and in writing, professions, and the mass media. They use the low variant for conversations with family members and friends. In talking with an interviewee who identifies with Black and Asian culture, he mentioned something similar to this. He refers to a talk his parents had with him, telling him about in the house and out in the world talk. Here's a part of that conversation I had with him.
I feel like code switching also, in a way, shouldn't be a thing. Switching is like seen as this. How my parents explained it honestly was you have like a house talk and you have a like out in the world talk. And although I feel like there is moments where like you can't say the same things as in the house as you can like in the world, I feel like, I don't know, appeasing, I don't know, I see code switching as just like corporation, white collar, like desperation. Like honestly, I feel like and my mom's like a victim of it. Like she literally, I don't know, and she's in the business like standpoint mindset, and I don't know.
The interviewee spoke to me with a passionate tone, telling me how frustrating the concept of code switching is to him. Here he continues.
Code switching is definitely just like, for me, I feel like as a Black man also, I feel like the whole AAVE argument is just like, I don't know, I was just talking about this with a friend, like it shouldn't be a thing because at the end of the day we all speak English.
Exactly, yeah.
So yeah, code switching is I would say like a negligent practice. I don't know, I feel like it's kind of just like to appease that like supremacist in a sense, or like the authoritative figure. I don't know. It's just like, why code switch, really? Honestly, if you're not trying to like they say code switch for a Black man when you're in a situation with a police officer. Like, why should you have to code switch? Exactly. Why should you have to like change the way he like speaks to like appease a white man, to like make the white man not feel threatened?
In that clip, the interviewee mentions AAVE. AAVE stands for African American Vernacular English and is a common acronym used to describe the general dialect some Black Americans naturally speak. It is common for Black Americans to feel like they have to switch between AAVE and what is perceived as proper English in order to appease their audience. According to Pew Research Center, 53% of Black graduates feel the need to change the way they speak and express themselves around other ethnic groups. In some cases, the ability to code switch means life or death. African-American journalist and cultural critic Ida Harris is quoted saying, "I consider the talk many African-American parents have with their children to warn them of and prepare them for potential encounters with law enforcement an element of code switching." The conversation involves clear directives on how to switch up behavior when approached by police. It goes a little something like this: turn down loud music, adjust your posture, keep your hands visible, exercise good manners, and speak properly. She continues to write, "Such conversations are a response to the dominant culture's attitude towards Blackness, Black people, Black culture. Unfortunately for Black citizens, such a perverse attitude remains present during quite a few brushes with the law. A recent study conducted by the Stanford researchers revealed that Black motorists experienced traffic stops at significantly higher rates than their white counterparts and were 20% more likely to be ticketed by authorities. Mere traffic run-ins can escalate and sometimes result in death for Black people." I think that this speaks well to our interviewee's opinion on code switching as a Black man. Feeling like you need to change who you are and the way you express yourself to be seen as important, educated, motivated, or worthy is exhausting and frankly entirely unfair. I hope that this video introduced you properly to the concept of code switching, and hopefully you're better able to understand how this phenomenon affects Black American culture. The essay following this video will inspect code switching more deeply, as well as look at examples of it in other cultures and from other points of views. Thanks for watching.